Good morning, everybody, and welcome to November 2025's post-budget market update. So I'm here with my colleague Roberto, myself, Ron Cole, here in our lovely offices in the centre of town in Victoria Street. So yesterday, Rob, as you may have been aware, the budget went ahead. Lots of things to talk about, but let's start off with the headlines that came from the budget, and then we'll talk about really what the effects on the local property market. St Albans is the area that we're based in, so how will that potentially be affected over the coming year, so on. Yeah. So headline points. We'll call it what's in the press. We'll call it the mansion tax. So that's going to be taxation above 2 million. There's a change in taxation. Above 5 million is an additional change in taxation. Over the next year, I'm sure there'll be a process before this comes in 2028 or the revaluation of certain homes and how that may affect the taxation element of what's coming down the line. How they will do that, not sure how the government intends to do that. Could be by looking at census, council register, land registry, all sorts of different things. But we'll update as much as we know, and as time moves on. Additional headlines: 2% increase in income for landlords. So that's a very interesting one because, lots of our landlord clients are, landlords for very long periods of time, looking at long-term capital gain, career landlords who are there to house and help, we could say. Other landlords that become accidental landlords, and they, because of purchasing a property, it could be because of divorce, could be because of death, could be lots of different reasons where somebody accidentally becomes a landlord. Say accidentally, can't really accidentally do it, but that's the phrase that we generally use, that may look in disposing of an asset based on an additional hike in income or an additional hike in income tax. And those thresholds are as the thresholds remain, but they could change depending on the income that you have. We won't get over involved in taxation conversations. They're therefore our experts to talk about that if needed. One of the huge speculation points, stamp duty reform. Would there be a stamp duty holiday? Would it be a stamp duty increase? Would it change stamp duty? Not a thing. Not a thing happened with stamp duty. I think I was probably leading into it thinking there might be one or two changes. There might be a holiday. There might be a reform point. There might be an increase. But, nothing really has changed from that point of view. So as far as the local property market, and people watch us, talk to us about the local property market, not a lot has changed apart from the headline points that we've discussed. Interestingly enough, from my point of view, Rob, and I'll open it up to yourself in a second, lots of our vendors, landlords, just good, decent, hard-working human beings, they were really quite worried. We had lots of conversations with people. I'm actually genuinely worried about the outcome of this budget, maybe for a host of different reasons. However, I don't think it's been the terrible budget that the 6 months of lead up could have led us to think it was. What was your opinion, firstly, on some of those headline points, Rob, and secondly, the result of the budget yesterday?
Yeah, I think it was an interesting budget, to be honest with you. Nowhere near as bad as pundits would speculate we were going to get. So I think a lot of people are breathing a sigh of relief this morning, I would suspect. I think for me, the timing of the budget was probably the most significant aspect. Being so late into the autumn market, it did bring a certain hesitation. I think in hindsight, looking back, the end of the summer, August period, you started to see more news articles about it, more hesitation from buyers. And I think, having spoken to a lot of clients over these last few days, and particularly yesterday, it's changed the face of the marketplace in St Albans. It's very much been driven by the need to purchase, and there are always buyers that are in the position where they need to purchase. So a lot of our sellers, it was business as usual. I think St Albans as a city is very aspirational, and I think those types of aspiring buyers probably were a little bit more cautious of what the budget may entail. And I think that's where we saw a hesitation. But in general terms, I think our November, which is fast coming to a close, has been really positive. And I think now the budget has come, it will quickly become old news, and we shall all move on with the task in hand, which is buying and selling lovely houses in St Albans.
Yeah, it's very well put, Rob. Thank you very much indeed. And I think our November has been not dissimilar from last November's results. It's been made up of people who really want to buy homes, have had long-term plans in which to buy homes in the area, been driven very much by a cheapening or less expensive mortgage market, which seems
Absolutely
to be changing every day, and it has really opened up because of the mortgage market to people jumping on different areas of the ladder. And today, they're probably quite glad that they did buy in November. And really, I think with some of the bits I saw in press, be it industry press or sort of national media press, that they're suggesting there might be quite large price rises coming down the line in the housing market. So we'll see, and we'll deal with that as they come.
Potentially so.
Yeah, so I think that leads us very nicely on to the actual market update we've had in November, Rob, as I just commented on. We've had a very busy month from lots of different points of view. We've had a really good experience in our normal sales market. Sold several homes, different varying prices, but quite a lot of homes in and around £1 million mark, which has been very interesting. But that's a lot of that's been brought on by cheaper mortgage rates and very effective chains. So that's been a really busy month. Looking ahead from here, Rob, it's December. Christmas is coming.
It is indeed.
It's on the doorsteps, Robert. It's on the Can't wait. You love it. Me not so much, but your infectious enthusiasm towards it buoys me with joy. We have got a property launch coming up in January. We'll do an additional video of that, but that's going incredibly well, Rob. We're seeing results from that I never expected to see, and our social media message and our overall marketing message is getting out there very strongly to our clients, and they're approaching us. But what we are also seeing is we're excellent levels of buyers in terrific positions, really looking to transact, and I think that might even be brought forward slightly given yesterday's budget outcome. But as far as November goes, Rob, you've seen some interesting homes and you've taken some interesting ones to market, I guess.
Very much so, yeah. It has been a good, strong month for listings. I'm particularly looking forward, obviously, not just Christmas, but the New Year launch. I think we've got some fantastic clients and some fantastic houses that will be going live straight into the new year. And I think with the budget being so late in the year, there's going to be a really high demand from buyers come January the 1st. So whilst I'm looking forward to it, there is a bit of trepidation there. It's going to be incredibly busy. But yeah, it's all good. And I think December will be a nice kind of build up to the launch. Lots of parties going on, lots of festive activities, etc. But yeah, watch this space for January 1st.
Anyway, Rob, thank you very much indeed. And I look forward to talking to you in December.
Likewise. Take care. Bye.